Hello and welcome. It's John Davidson. Welcome back to another episode of Career Coaching After Hours, the Deep Thought series. Hard to believe we're already on episode 3 here in February 2024. Happy February, everyone. Happy leap year. This is a really important, sensitive topic this time around, so I won't be making any jokes or being too jovial in this episode, but please do watch the episode. I'd appreciate your comments and ideas, and absolutely feel free to share with anyone who might need this information. Folks who've maybe found themselves recently unemployed or maybe in a tough financial situation. So again, this series is a new series. I'm back on YouTube, and my hope here is it's more audience agnostic, where you may be one of my clients, you may be a friend or a family member of a client, or maybe you've used the services of a career coach, career counselor, what have you. Maybe you're looking for some general career ideas or advice, but it's an unplugged series. So many folks tell me they listen to YouTube and watch YouTube in the evening. So yes, there will be music, and it'll be a little bit more of a relaxed format. And then, as always with this series, I'm not likely your actual career coach, and so the ideas here may not apply to you, and it's not specific advice to any one person. And like I like to say, all of the information here is to the best of my knowledge as of now. And always check your sources on YouTube, protect your eyes and your ears and your senses. Think through who's providing the information, their background, their credentials, what have you. All right. And so I entitled this episode Help Wanted, Job Search or Career Search. And many times when I work with folks, I really do have to understand whether someone's perhaps in a job search or a career search, and what that distinction might be, as in, is someone in need of immediate employment, a job, dollars coming in, money coming in, or is it maybe a career search that could take a little longer, where perhaps we're looking for a more perfect role or a more perfect opportunity. And so how does help play into this? So, of course, 2023, difficult year for a lot of folks, and I did a post towards the end of 2023, essentially an article about some of the layoffs that happened, not just in the Pacific Northwest, but all over the United States, all over the world. And in actuality, tech layoffs for 2023 superseded tech layoffs for 2022. Easy to forget. I hope 2024 is better for everyone. But we've also had some tough road just here in 2024. Not just in the Pacific Northwest with Microsoft, but some other really big names like Salesforce, Google, Pixar. Great organizations, in my opinion. And so feel free to take a look at this. Those links are still up and live to Washington State employment, of course, and unemployment, but also the Unemployment Law Project. And I believe they're doing great work helping folks get their unemployment benefits. But also there are a couple of layoff trackers where if you'd like to see what's happening nationally or in the Pacific Northwest or the West Coast, you can see some actual stats and numbers and see what happened last year. And those stats are still being tracked, of course, here this year. A key theme I'd like to reiterate, I say this again and again to folks, there is no shame in suddenly being out of work. There's no shame in collecting unemployment benefits. You've earned those. And there's no shame when you're in a job search or a career search when you get rejected by an applicant tracking system or don't hear back from an employer. And so these are very common themes. Many folks have dealt with them. Personally, I've had to collect unemployment benefits. I've said that to clients many times. So I want to start with that theme. There is no shame. And like I was saying before, this could be a difference without a real distinction, or a distinction without a true difference. So if you need a job and you're fighting in the trenches to land a new job, you're battling applicant tracking systems, my heart goes out to you. Keep up the fight. And maybe perhaps a career search is a little bit more of a luxury. But I would even say to those folks in a job search is to maybe map out what you really want. This concept of making sure you've written down your goals, whether you're in job search mode, career search mode. Hopefully there's some kind of a blueprint type document where you've mapped out what you want to do regardless, and what you believe you're worth in terms of salary and compensation. Maybe you've got a list of top employers that you're going after. So I would nudge more folks to do that. And so I hope that idea helps. But I use this word quite a bit, not a very common phrase, this idea of war chesting. And so this really does tie into unemployment benefits because functionally those unemployment benefits may help folks extend that war chest. And so if you or someone you know have found yourself suddenly unemployed, a role has been eliminated, a team has been eliminated, there are redundancies, you may need to do some real war chesting, deciding what your level of resources are on top of that soul searching that I mentioned, really what you want to do. And so war chesting, I use that as a phrase really for building a stabilization plan to ensure that you've got food, clothing, shelter, and you've got the war chest to handle this career search campaign or this job search campaign that you may find yourself in. So if you think of it like a war chest, that might help a bit as you start to build out a plan for yourself. And so what unemployment is, I think a great definition exists right here in the state of Washington, Employment Security Division, our ESD. They sum it up pretty nicely here. I'll read through this quickly. Unemployment benefits provide you with temporary income when you lose your job through no fault of your own. That money, the money, partly replaces your lost earnings and help you pay expenses while looking for new work. The benefits from taxes your former employer or employers paid are not based on financial need. So key phrasing in there, key language as far as what unemployment benefits are. Another really important theme I want to touch on very quickly here, outplacement. And so very frequently when I work with even my own clients, I'll ask if their former employer or immediately current employer might provide outplacement benefits, as in some dollars or some benefits around you hiring a career development professional, what I like to call a CDP, someone like me perhaps, a career coach, a career counselor, a resume writer, what have you. Those benefits may not be immediately clear. You may need to ask for those and advocate for yourself. So please don't forget that. Just like I've reminded and nudged so many folks to remember to file for those unemployment benefits. So just that gentle nudge or elbow may really help someone. And of course, the concept of emergency support comes up. And so if you or someone you know needs food or housing or cash assistance, a local unemployment office should be able to help you with those resources as well. And so of course, a job, what we do for income, critical to our financial well-being and often our physical and emotional well-being tactically. But additional support may be available. Once again, to be clear, no shame in using that support. And so often it's confidential and quite important. So again, if somebody needs a gentle nudge or maybe a link, perhaps that help from you or someone they trust is just the nudge that they need while they search for a new opportunity. All right, I promised I would keep it short this time around, so thank you very much for joining me. I hope you found this interesting and empathetic. I'll put some links in the description here on YouTube. Hope you find those useful. I do like to hear your thoughts. I very much appreciate those. Feel free to email me. Feel free to message me on LinkedIn if you like, or communicate through YouTube. Here's some of the key sources that I cite frequently for the series right there. Here's my contact information. Feel free to email me. That's my main number, Mount Lake Terrace office number. And as always, thank you, the viewers, my clients, my supporters, my students, and I'll say it again, the viewers. So take care of yourself, be well, and I hope you found this useful. All right, take care, everyone. Until next time.